Good morning, third graders. Today we are going to finally finish reading our book Lon Po Po, and we are going to think about the solution to the problem. So if you remember correctly, the problem in the story is that there's a wolf in these kids' house, and they're trying to get rid of the wolf because they think the wolf wants to eat them, and he might want to eat them. So what we're going to read for today is to figure out how do Shang and her sisters fix this problem. And we have a word for that when we're reading. We call it a solution. So while you're listening to the book today, I want you to think about how are Shang and her sisters fixing the problem? What is the solution to the problem in the story? I'm actually going to start from the beginning of the book so you can hear the whole book all together today. But then we'll read the end. Lon Po Po, a Red Riding Hood story from China by Ed Young. Once, long ago, there was a woman who lived alone in the country with her 3 children, Shang, Tao, and Paozi. On the day of their grandmother's birthday, the good mother set off to see her, leaving the 3 children at home. Before she left, she said, "Be good while I am away, my heart-loving children. I will not return tonight. Remember to close the door tight at sunset and latch it well." And there's the illustrations. But an old wolf lived nearby and saw the good mother leave. At dusk, disguised as an old woman, he came up to the house of the children and knocked on the door twice. Bang, bang! Shang, who was the eldest, said through the latched door, "Who is it?" "My little jewels," said the wolf. "This is your grandmother, your Po Po." "Po Po," Shang said, "our mother has gone to visit you." There's the pictures. The wolf acted surprised. "To visit me? I have not met her along the way. She must have taken a different route." "Po Po," Shang said, "how is it that you come so late?" The wolf answered, "The journey is long, my children, and the day is short." The wolf doesn't look very friendly, I think, in that picture. Shang listened through the door. "Po Po," she said, "why is your voice so low?" "Your grandmother has caught a cold, good children, and it is dark and windy out here. Quickly, open up and let your Po Po come in," the cunning wolf said. Tao and Paozi could not wait. One unlatched the door and the other opened it. They shouted, "Po Po! Po Po, come in!" At the moment he entered the door, the wolf blew out the candle. "Po Po," Shang asked, "why did you blow out the candle? The room is now dark." I like the faces on the kids in this picture. You see them? Tao and Paozi rushed to their Po Po and wished to be hugged. The old wolf held Tao. "Good child, you are so plump." He embraced Paozi. "Good child, you have grown so sweet." Soon, the old wolf pretended to be sleepy. He yawned. "All the chicks are in the coop," he said. "Po Po is sleepy too." When he climbed into the big bed, Paozi climbed in at one end with the wolf, and Shang and Tao climbed in at the other. But when Shang stretched, she touched the wolf's tail. "Po Po, Po Po, your foot has a bush on it." I think those kids are in danger. We definitely have a problem in this story. Let's keep reading and see how they fix it. "Po Po has brought hemp strings to weave you a basket," the wolf said. Shang touched grandmother's sharp claws. "Po Po, Po Po, your hand has thorns on it." "Po Po has brought an awl to make shoes for you," the wolf said. At once, Shang lit the light and the wolf blew it out again. But Shang had seen the wolf's hairy face. She's clever, Shang is. Po Po, she said, for she was not only the eldest, she was the most clever. You must be hungry. Have you eaten ginkgo nuts? What is ginkgo? The wolf asked. Ginkgo is soft and tender, like the skin of a baby. One taste and you will live forever, Shang said. And the nuts grow on top of the tree just outside the door. The wolf gave a sigh. Oh dear, Popo is old. Her bones have become brittle. No longer can she climb trees. Good Popo, we can pick some for you, Shang said. The wolf was delighted. He looked so excited there to get those ginkgo nuts. Shang jumped out of bed and Tao and Paozi came with her to the ginkgo tree. There, Shang told her sisters about the wolf and all three climbed up the tall tree. The wolf waited and waited. Plump Tao did not come back. Sweet Paozi did not come back. Shang did not come back, and no one brought any nuts from the ginkgo tree. At last the wolf shouted, "Where are you, children?" "Popo!" Shang called out. "We're on top of the tree eating ginkgo nuts." "Good children," the wolf begged, "pluck some for me." But Popo, ginkgo is magic only when it is plucked directly from the tree. You must come and pluck it from the tree yourself. Sounds like Shang has a plan here. Let's see what her plan is to fix their problem and get rid of the wolf. The wolf came outside and paced back and forth under the tree where he heard the three children eating the ginkgo nuts at the top. "Oh, Popo, these nuts are so tasty. The skin is so tender," Shang said. The wolf's mouth began to water for a taste. Finally, Shang, the most clever and the eldest child, said, "Popo, Popo, I have a plan. At the door, there is a big basket. Behind it is a rope. Tie the rope to the basket. Sit in the basket and throw the other end to me. I can pull you up." Now we're getting a sense of her plan. The wolf was overjoyed and fetched the basket and the rope, then threw one end of the rope to the top of the tree. Shang caught the rope and began to pull the basket up and up. Halfway, she let go of the rope, and the basket and the wolf fell to the ground. "Oh, I am so small and weak, Popo," Shang pretended. "I could not hold the rope alone." "This time I will help," Tao said. "Let us do it again." And there you can see the wolf is falling to the ground. What do you think is going to happen next time they try? The wolf had only one thought in his mind, to taste a ginkgo nut. He climbed into the basket again. Now, Shang and Tao pulled the rope on the basket together, higher and higher. Again, they let go. And again, the wolf tumbled down and bumped his head. The wolf was furious. He growled and cursed. "We could not hold the rope, Popo," Shang said. "But only one ginkgo nut and you will be well again." "I shall give a hand to my sisters this time," Paozi, the youngest, said. "This time we will not fail." I wonder if you can tell how the wolf is feeling on these pages. Look at that face. He's not happy. Now the children pulled the rope with all of their strength. As they pulled, they sang, "Hi-yo, hi-yo," and the basket rose straight up, higher than the first time, higher than the second time, higher and higher and higher, until it nearly reached the top of the tree. When the wolf reached out, he could almost reach the top branch. But at that moment, Shang coughed, and they all let go of the rope and the basket fell down and down and down. Not only did the wolf bump his head, but he broke his heart into pieces. "Popo!" Shang shouted, but there was no answer. "Popo!" Tao shouted, but there was no answer. "Popo!" Paozi shouted. There was still no answer. The children climbed to the branches just above the wolf and saw that he was truly dead. Then they climbed down, went into the house, closed the door, locked the door with the latch, and fell peacefully asleep. There you can see all three of the kids checking to make sure the wolf is dead. On the next day, their mother returned with baskets of food from their real Popo, their grandmother, and the three sisters told her the story of the Popo who had come. The end. All right, well, Shang is clearly a very, very clever girl, because how did she solve her problem? Well, she wanted to get rid of the wolf, so she tricked him into getting into that basket and then pulled him up and dropped him until he died. That's quite a plan that she had. I don't think that I would have thought of that plan if I were her. But let me write it down so we can put it up on our chart. Shang tricked the wolf into getting in the basket, and then she dropped him. What do you think you would have done if you were Shang? Would you have done the same thing that she did? I'd love to hear all about it. All right, that's it for today, third graders. See you next time.